Well, thank you, Zach. I'm here with Terry Gainey. Now, he's the author of a couple books, but today we're talking about Under the Influence. It's the unauthorized story of the Anheuser-Busch dynasty. And I want to start with, let's talk a little bit about you. Now, you are not new to mid-Missouri.
No, I've been here for many years. I covered state government for the Associated Press and the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and then the Columbia Daily Tribune. And on the side, I've written a couple of books, Carissa.
And what are those books?
Well, the one we're talking about today is about Anheuser-Busch and the Busch family of St. Louis, Missouri. Under the Influence is its name, and before that I wrote a book about a true crime story that took place in St. Joe, Missouri. And I'm working right now with Senator Claire McCaskill on a book that she wants to write about her political career and the U.S. Senate race from last year.
Well, how neat. Now, what inspired you to write in the first place?
Well, I like to tell stories. I like to tell long-form stories, and books are the best venue for that. Under the Influence has been probably the most engaging project of all because it encompasses an interesting family, a lot of Missouri and national history, and a lot of well, scandals, frankly. I mean, it's just a good story.
Well, now, I first heard of this book right about this Super Bowl time when the Clydesdale was the star of the Super Bowl, and I got incredibly interested in this story. And the neat thing about it is it's available in two different versions. The paperback originally, and then now what you've got in your hand is the electronic version.
Right. The ebook is an updated version of the New York Times bestseller that came out 20 years ago.
Okay.
It has new chapters that bring out new things that have happened since the original was published. For example, we learned things that we weren't able to get in the book when it was first published, and since then, of course, a foreign competitor has taken over Anheuser-Busch, and there was a model who died in the bed of August A. Busch IV in December of 2010, which is another story about the family that we included in the new edition.
Okay, so since I've got you here, can you give us a preview of the book? Just tell us kind of what to expect to find within this.
Well, it covers 4 generations of the Busch family that took a company and made it the biggest beer manufacturing company in the world. And 4 generations of Busch's rise to dominate this industry. It's a very tough and competitive industry. And in the end, there is a Busch, August A. Busch IV, who cannot live up to the legacy of the family. And as a result, a foreign competitor is able to come in and basically capture this icon, Anheuser-Busch of St. Louis, and swallow the company whole.
And it does touch on the Clydesdales.
The Clydesdales, right. Well, the Clydesdales are probably the first example of using an animal to sell products. Right at the time Prohibition ended and beer came back, Anheuser-Busch used the Clydesdales as a promotional vehicle that continues to this day. Very popular, very easily recognized as a great way of selling their product.
All right. And now, how can we get this book if we want it?
Well, the ebook version is available online through several venues. For example, there's a Kindle edition. The iPad is what I have here today. Barnes & Noble makes it available through Nook. And the great thing about ebooks now is it makes the consumer really in the driver's seat in terms of having an opportunity to buy a book and at a much less cost. I mean, the ebook version is less than $5. When that hardback came out 20 years ago, it was $25.
Things are changing.
That's right.
All the time. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. And that now we hope that you go to, do you have a personal website?
I do. It's online.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's share that too really quick before I cut you off here.
Well, I think if you just Google my name, it will show up.
Okay, because this isn't the only book, but this is the one that we're talking about today, and it's a great read.